Welcome back to Factorio Seablock and TSM, my first playthrough of Seablock. Now, last time we did a lot of math, so I don't want to do too much math this time. Since last time, I have moved these windmill devices from they used to go up here. I've just moved them down here, so they're a little bit out of the way, so we can build up in this corner. Just in case we run out of power, and I don't want to spend another episode chasing around on power, I added a couple more boilers with their corresponding 4 steam engines over here, so that we are well looked after for power for the moment. What I want to do is I want to do a build based on the filtration units, which means that we need sulfuric acid. Now we have tons of sulfur to get that going. Let me just see how much sulfur this can produce. This can produce 60 every 15 seconds, so it's 15 a second. How much do we need? We need 15 every 3 seconds. So one of these setups can handle 3 of these machines. Well, that's pretty good. How many machines? We've got 12. I guess if I make another 6, do I need them? Oh, whatever. We're getting them now. Another 6 electrolyzers. So what I think I'm going to do is probably convert this stack to the new process. Maybe leave this stack as is, because we do need the stone for feeding back to power. But convert this stack to the new process. The pump needs to be at the other end, I think. This is probably too far down this way, because what I want to do is basically spin this around, then have this part of the processing. So that adds a bit, although this can probably be off to one side. Yeah, I guess what we'll do is, first of all, the pump. Can you fit there, buddy? No. That is so annoying. Okay. Is that flat enough for you? I don't think it is actually. Yes, it is. That's perfect. Okay. And some pipe. A little bit more. Let's just use the pipette tool. Okay, so I don't need to worry about that. So yeah, we need to use our landfill. Let's broaden it up a bit. The other thing that I'm contemplating is actually that's actually the last bit we've got left, so we don't have that much. The other thing I'm contemplating is slowing game speed. That's right. Let's make it game speed 2. Because the thing that I'm getting a little bit conscious of is, because things are going so fast, I think I'm actually doing well, but I'm actually not doing as well as I think, because the game speed was so quick. So this will make it this will push home a little bit more that we need to boost these resources up. Now I might leave this going while I build the alternate. So that would mean I'd need a new ore sorter. Oh, what are we missing? Oh, stone brick. Yeah, just as well I have this thing here. Let's get an ore sorter. Slightly normal speed now. Where are you? Doesn't matter. If actually I didn't need to build a new one, what I could have done was probably something like this. And then I could put the ore sorter in. Although that's not the way that I should do this, is it? I should leave myself a little bit of room. We do have loaders in this, don't we? I don't know where they'd be. Are they under... No, that's faster belt. Maybe I need to put in a mod with loaders. Can I do bobs without loaders? Perhaps I can. Bobs without loaders. Alright, so what I guess we need then, if this is going to be our exit, we probably want a couple of inserters, one near, one far, like so. So we fill the belt, and then we are going to want a few resources, which I should probably make outside of all of this. So that one could be stone, for example. It would make a lot of sense given we've got this here. You are crushed stone, which I'm starting to learn where these things are. And then the next one would probably need to be copper ore. Except I want the priority on the other side. Because that will come over to copper, which will be over here instead of down here. And then that leaves iron coming through here, which means that I probably want that to be one over wherever it is, blueprint. Which means I need to remove that stuff. And do that. So that's improved. Yes, and that loads that. So if the formula in here was crushed saphirite, that would be all we need. And you, of course, go this way. Now, importantly, before we feed that, we need this sort of setup where there's a sorting machine and a sorting machine that can unload crushed stone. I may as well get some more sorting machines. Well, at least one more. And a crystallizer. Now, the crystallizer can handle 50 slag slurry every 4 seconds, so 750 slag slurry in a minute. 750. This thing can put out 1000. Okay. So 3 of these is going to be more than 3 of these. In fact, 3 of these is 4 of these. So maybe that's what we go for. 4 of these things. Filtration units. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we already have 3. Let's get rid of the last one. We already have 1, rather. Am I doing that right? You... no, that math was between these ones, so I wanted 4 filtration units in the end. I have 4 filtration units. It wasn't crystallizers, it was the liquefiers that we need 3 of. Liquefiers... There we go. 1, 2, 3. And then we'll need a certain amount of the chem carry on. Okay, so alright. If we have a sorter, an ore crusher. Actually, what is the throughput capability of the ore sorter? I remember I said we weren't going to do a whole lot of maths, but we're going to have to do a bit to try and get this roughly right. 1 second crafting time, so it can handle 2 ore every second. That's 120 a minute. I should really be doing this in Factory Planner or something. 120 a minute. You are going to be producing 15 a minute. So I can handle the output of 4 stacks, really. 4 of those, all by itself. So we're only going to need 1. Doesn't matter where it goes then. Probably not. I could possibly even have it. That's basically hard up against. If you were sorting that one, do we have funky inserters yet? No. So that doesn't work just yet. When do we get funky inserters? If you don't know what I mean by funky inserters, Bob's inserters let you basically pull out of here and put into a machine that's sort of at right angles. And other weird and wonderful things. So yes, I'm looking forward to getting those. Let's stack inserter bonus. More inserters, so it could be a long way away. Okay, let's not worry about funky. We need some more stuff in here though while we're here. Pump jack's a waste of time. Electrolysis is probably going to open up something that we are going to need. I don't really need that yet. Slag processing 2's probably not a bad idea. Advanced ore refining, that might give us some better recipes. Silver, no. Manganese, maybe. That seems to be quite useful. Alright. So you need to be picked up and moved. So there's room for a inserter there maybe, or we go out sideways and just flow down, but we'll give it a bit of room because we don't want to box ourselves in too much needlessly. Okay, what else do we have? So that's that is the sorter. We now need a crystallizer. Crystallizer. Why don't I just go pipette tool? Where is the sulfuric acid going to be made? Don't know, but maybe we can do something like this. Direct feed the output. That's only 2. We can fit 4 in here. But maybe 2 is all we're going to get for the moment. So you are going to crystallize to saphirite ore. I noticed there was that other rather cool recipe. So we now need one of these guys. I'm kind of too close there, so maybe it's going to end up over here. But maybe this part of the operation needs to be copied anyway. That'll do for now. I could get that close. So this one will be the opposite of this. Oh, we're out of those crystallizers. We need another one. Crystallizer. No, crystallizer. Awesome. And we're out of those as well, which means we're out of stone brick, which seems amazing given how much stone brick we just picked up before. Alright. Did I not make one? Apparently not. Okay, your formula is changing from that one. I notice also there's a few other things in there that we can get, which is quite good, but what we want is the stereotype, which will give us the copper output. And you of course have to also be stereotype, and we need another ore sorter, although we're about to pick up a couple, but whatevs, man. What do we need? We need more. We need a lot more stone brick. Do we have enough now? Yes, we do. Okay. So let's put this one here, and we are doing stereotype sorting, which is basically the reverse of this one, so this is going to have to change somewhat as well. Let's grab a couple of these guys, that's fine. That one is fine. Probably this lot is not. We'll have to come up with something clever for this one to do. That needs to be changed to iron ore. Iron ore. Or would it matter actually if this one, say, was the iron ore and you instead just went up here and over here you would have to be stone, crushed stone, and we would then do something similar to that. Except that would not be up there. That's not going to be up there. So this would flow down here. This one would come in, probably connect like so. Different formula, of course, and the stone I could belt weave through here if I really wanted to. Doesn't sound like what I really wanted to. I could make it go all the way around, which these things have stone to get rid of as well, so maybe it's not an entirely terrible idea. Something like that. How are we doing for time? We are up to almost halfway. Okay. So I would like to sort out how this liquid gets in here. Actually, there's no reason why these cannot be facing up, and that probably makes the most sense. So I think what we said was these can do 750. No. They take 25 each. Times 15, that's like 375, so this is like 1500. I think the machine behind it, which is this one, can do 750. So it's 1 per 2, the filtration unit, which is kind of convenient. Do I have any? I do. Filtration unit. So the filtration unit goes there and over here. I've built too many, it looks like, but I guess this is going to grow. And then the filtration unit needs this sort of setup and a feed from these, and it's the filtration unit that can do 750 and this thing that can do 1000. Right, so we're still going to need 2 of these even though we only have 2 of these. It's only when we get to 4 that we get a benefit with this liquefier. Do I have some? Yes, I do. And liquefier can go, say, here, and another one there, and then it's behind this, so if we're going flat out, can the assembler keep up? You're using 1 every 4 seconds, so you need 15 a minute, and you process 5 every second, so one of these could handle both. I don't have any. Where is it? There it is. And the recipe that we need is this charcoal filter. So that's our design for that. Now, acid. We need acid coming in to what? Is it these? No, they're the ones it just takes. Whoops, I didn't need to go to the map, but that's the map view, as impressive as it is. Where does the acid come in? The acid comes into these guys, the liquefiers. So up there. So the acid can be built anywhere. It can be built off to the side here. Could it be built in the middle? No, probably we're going to need an operation out to the side. It's probably going to end up getting moved, but let's just build a nice area for acid. And get some pipes happening. And the acid will be produced over here, so we need a couple of chem plants. Chem plants, 1, 2. Okay. You are going to be sulfuric acid. You need sulfur dioxide and purified water. That probably means we have to move you back. Sulfur dioxide. Yep. So you need oxygen and sulfur. We'll route oxygen from the flare stack arrangement at the top. Now the purified water needs an electrolysis machine, which is one of these. Oh, sorry, it needs a hydro plant. And we don't have any. Let's go to water treatment. Hydro plant. Oh, there's hydro plant 2s and 3s. We can't do the 3. We could do the 2 if we really wanted to. We're short on stone brick and we need electronic circuits. Alright, we'll have to come down here and force this thing to fire up. What do you need to fire up? You need basic electronic boards. Okay. How many do you actually need? You need only 1 each. Okay. Oh, not those boards. We need different board. What else do you need to make these boards? You have 2. What are you actually short of? What are you short of? Basic electronic board. There's 2 there. How many do you need? You just need 1. Oh, it's because you got nowhere to unload to. That's what the problem is. This actually works just fine. It's just I didn't allow it to unload. Should I maybe build a small sample of these things? Just so we don't have an issue when we want them in future. So we have the electronic circuits. We need some stone brick. How are you going? You could do with some more stone. And that lets us build a hydro plant. Which one is which? Copy. Oops. That, and I think those 2 match. We'll find out real soon. And we have this mineralized water here, which, you know, if we were ideal, we'd get it over to here, like we do with this mineralized water. Or we could simply go, you know what, it's not worth the hassle. And for now, we'll just put a clarifier in it, because that's not the important part of our build. Right now, this needs sulfuric waste water, which is the product of these things. The filtration units. This is not correct. Yes. Somebody was probably screaming at me over this. We're going to have to push this back. Not that. What I wanted was that, and you can see that's the sulfuric waste water, so we need a pipe to be able to move it away. This side as well. Pipe. And our liquefiers, was it? That was the filtration unit. Liquefier, let's go back to over here. Yeah, so it's kind of 1 each. And again, there's actually 2 products here because the purified water has to go in there as well. which means that we also want it from here. How far do my long reach pipes go? Am I going to have time to complete this? Yeah, I'm still doing fine. So and from you we need to go to there. Now you guys are doing slag slurry, which means that you need acid, which means we need more pipe, and this was over 1,000 pipe that we were able to build at the beginning, but it's not that anymore. Did I remember to math this? Don't know anymore, but that's what we're doing. So you've got your slag slurry. Now you need a source of slag, and you can see that we're actually a little bit too close now. I guess we're kind of coincidentally heading towards more floral delights, nature delights, which we're going to find out what they're going to be used for soon, I think. That's probably not far enough. Because what I want basically is a stack kinda like this, times 2 I think it was. What do? You produce 15 a minute. No, I was going to redirect this one, so we probably want to move this entire thing up, and then, so I was going to make it 4 I think. Alright, let's copy, blueprint copy, so we know kind of what we're trying to do. All of that. I don't want this bit, and I'm not sure exactly what we're doing here, so let's save that and use it now. I can get up to there. I guess what would kind of make sense, one, how many of these can I get across? And would it make more sense if the gas was the flare stacks down at the bottom, so that I can bring gas over to this area as necessary? It might make more sense, so let's try 1, 2, well, that's just 1 wider I think. So we'll go 2 for good measure. Let's grab a little bit more of our stuff. Another 1022, even though we're only at game speed 2 now. Whoops. Make that nice and small. And slap that in. Now, fill these in. That didn't work the way I wanted it to. Some robots would be awfully nice around about now. So I think what we'll do is 2 of these will go to the copper, 1 will go to the iron, and this one will get moved. That's basically how we'll work this. How much are you putting out? You're putting out 1 slag, 15 slag a minute. We're dealing with 30 slag a minute, which is like half a slag a second or something. So that means that we shouldn't get a belt that is saturated. No. So we can simply combine these 2 belts and have 1 belt come down here. That's what we're going to do. It's going the wrong way. And I need a ton more belt, and I'm going to need a ton more iron soon, which is why I didn't want to dismantle anything below until we had this up and running. We're going to do something pretty similar for this guy as well. For now, we're going to have to just do that. Don't know how we're managing the gas just yet, but we'll find a way. We need more iron. Do you have iron in you? Yes, you do. Are you jammed up somewhere? No. So we've probably got to you at a good time to make sure that you're not jammed. Okay, so sulfuric waste water needs to be routed into there. And we need a few more. How are we doing? None. Okay. That to that to that to that. That's our sulfuric waste water. But we don't actually have a working system until it gets primed. You need slag slurry, as do you. Okay, this also needs to be primed, and it is going to need something kind of like this. And we're going to want at least 10 of these filters in there, which are these ones. If I build these 1, Does that give me 1 or does it give me 5? It gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We also need charcoal in that recipe. That one is a little bit more challenging because this is carbon. This is charcoal. It might have to wait until we make a hole in here, and then I can route this one all the way through, which might be what we are going to do. Okay. We are going to want to fill in a bit of territory here. Shall we see? If I leave this operation active, I'm going to have to route this stuff up here. So there's a few slightly annoying things with this existing operation. I think maybe the first thing to do to shut it down is to expand this up to here and move all of these. Okay. Like so. Now, where does your water go? It's only to the slot, so that's fine. Right, time to stop. Let's hope that Bob's robots aren't as far down the chain as Vanilla's are. Because that could be a little bit awkward. One more of these guys. That should go just there. Let's fill in these guys. Now I would like to get this actually on. How much water do you use per whatever? You use 100 water every 4 seconds. I think we get 1200 water out of a single pipe, the pump. So what we can probably do then is have something like that, have our pump there maybe, and oh, right, you are around the wrong way. I think, yes, we want the water on this side. Okay, that makes sense. Actually, why are we doing it that way? It's cheaper just to use straight out normal pipe. So you could do this instead. Are you kidding me? It's probably stone pipe and I'm trying to put iron pipe down. So it doesn't like it. Thinks they're different. Which I guess technically they are different, but they're not different enough to cause us any concern, so it would be better if it just let us do it. A few more. And whoops, we didn't want those. Cancel. Okay, that would be water almost sorted, not quite. I could use the stone piped ground that I have sitting here. In fact, let's do it. That's it. We need a lot more iron. In fact, building out pipe and iron and all that kind of thing might be the thing that makes this take too long to get done. I guess we'll find out soon enough. Okay, we need to get rid of the pre-existing as it's heading in the wrong direction. And it doesn't seem to like that. You can go over there. Let's get some more happening. No, we need to get rid of all of you as well. Do we have enough? Maybe. Looks a bit unlikely. Let's get a little bit more. Okay, let's go. Okay. So now we have a mixed range of gases that we need to dispose of. We need the gases to be able to feed in if this gets insufficient supply. And let's just make sure that those are adequately fed. Do that. For consistency, I suppose we make this one. The others went straight through there. I don't know if that's what we're going to be able to do in the end or if we're going to have to modify that, but let's do that for now. We need more of those inserters because we need them in a few places. Oh good, it is picking up the predefined further reach that is in our blueprint. That is good. what are we low on? Probably basic circuit boards again. I don't want to run out of basic circuit boards. I don't need them right at this second, but I don't want to run out of them, so let's grab a... oh. Why? This is the one thing that I was a little bit concerned about. Actually, I didn't need to pick that up. All I needed to do was that. And then I could probably put that lot back in. We'll still pick up those. I'll have to do for now. So, dealing with the gas and the extra facility for purified water. It's simply a chem plant. So we need another chem plant in here. Which one gave me chem plants? Do we have any? No. Can go about here. Get out of map mode. Oops, I moved at the last second. And your recipe is purified water from oxygen and hydrogen. And should you be required, you will connect like so. And so what remains is the routing of the gas, still, power, a few inserters, what comes out of you? Just the stuff we need. And out of you comes stone and the actual stuff that we need. So I guess that means we want to do something like this. Oops. And one over here. Fix that up. So unload to that. Break stone off. Same thing over here. Then you can join in. Then you can join in. You can go to there. You can go to there. That's round the wrong way. That one's round the correct way. So given those outputs, I believe we have the correct settings. Not sure if that's going to be fast enough. Fair chance it's not. So power poles and getting this initially charged and gas. That's going to have to wait for another episode or in between times. Thanks very much for joining me for this. We're almost ready to get this factory moving at a decent pace. Hope you're as excited about it as I am. Looking forward to seeing you next time, and bye bye for now.